the cross-map ultimate to assist there. Galio can back that up. Now Pantheon with the engage. You send Pantheon in as the hard engage, as the delivery system here for the Galio. That can be a very...
And they can get Pyosik down here and make a big move with Keria going in. But now it's Santorin who's going to be the first jungler getting involved here in the bottom lane. A TP comes through, and they're going to turn things right back around against FlyQuest, but now another TP is going to be showing up. Chovy the first one into the fight. The damage comes down. Santorin goes out. 150 HP remaining as Ignar now gets locked down on the back end of the fight, and FlyQuest will disengage it. Both teams getting real excited to make things bloody here in the bottom lane as topside the 1v1 just keeps on bringing the action. Solo tries to...
It starts like he wants to go towards that tier build pickaxe for the laning phase power, but then that Fairy Charm leads me to believe this is going to be, Muramana, Manamune style of build. That is a very powerful scaling. Nothing from that jungle pressure, and up on the top side, a plate has already gone down. Solo had to initially back off, and now they're looking for a dive.
The Ornn Horn is sounded off. Solo is able to find the knock-up onto Pyosik, but here comes Galio as well, and surely this is just a death sentence for the FlyQuest top laner. He tries to tank it up, but DRX are way too clean. Bottom side, it's FlyQuest returning the favor. Knocked down completely, and there you go. Shelly summoned up, turret going down, put the money in Doran's pocket. Solo just has to stand there. Oh, look at the emote. He knows what's going on. This is not aggressive play from DRX.
Yeah, and I mean, you just have to look at the position in this game, but now maybe getting a pick here on Senna, no flash.
Nicely done with the deadly flourish, and Turtle, his aim is true. Tested, they know better, so FlyQuest will take this Drake no contest.
And now at 17 minutes, FlyQuest is basically saying, you've got to come
through. DRX with 3 men in the bottom lane. They got Pyosik shadowing them, just counter jungling right now. But in the middle lane, it's Power Reveal making the plays, bringing out the Emperor's Divide. But now it's going to be turned around, and PoE shut down by Doran.
They try to get the pick there on Doran, but Chovy is in position to help him. And meanwhile, they're just losing this turret on that bot side. Turtle is getting something on the top side. But, that can sometimes be a look if you don't feel that you need the MR. But FlyQuest getting caught topside.
Here they come. Look at the power of the long-range engage, plus the follow-up from the Senna. DRX making it look easy.
Tower.
Uh-oh, Graves is looking a little bit sleepy right about now as Pyosik goes in. Watch out, Ape! Here they come. It's Galio arriving with the grand entrance. Let's see if they can follow this one up with enough damage. Santorin still trying to get himself away. Keria is over the wall. He's got the spear. He doesn't even need it. Pyosik is on the board.
DRX are just running over this game. Their engages have been so good. The plays feel like they have such a high success rate from this team. They have constantly been punishing FlyQuest if they take one step too far in any of the lanes, and they have got so much playmaking.
Doran with the TP to join up with the rest of the squad. Death Sentence flies out, but it will not find the mark onto anyone. Wild Turtle looking to get away, but now he's in some trouble. Loses half HP. Pyosik hit by the deadly flourish. Turtle's opening up the curtain call. The bullets fly through, but they're not quite finding their target. Chovy doing a good job blocking those up, channeling the taunt just to make sure nobody's able to collapse on him while he blocks those bullets, blocks those skill shots up. FlyQuest has lost significant amounts of HP. Pyosik still at about half, but DRX knows they've won this engagement well enough to take priority over the bottom side river and take that third Drake.
Exactly. I think FlyQuest's pretty smart to just back it up after you don't get a kill on that initial play. And if you sound the horn and you didn't kill someone on the other team, it's pretty much time to leave. When you're this far behind in gold, that is really your only hope with that initial burst of CC to knock someone down and then try to fight onwards at a more equal state, right? If you try to walk forward into this squad, you will get kited back, you will get run down, and FlyQuest are really up against it here. I'll give them, maybe one more shot at this next team fight, and I think that's probably going to be their hope. Is one great engage around an objective, or DRX are just going to bleed you out of this game because the gold lead has continued to expand. FlyQuest are trying to make... There's no chance you can actually defend that tower now from that position, not even having the Ornn ultimate. So DRX are just expertly navigating this. They're playing it out so incredibly well.
Pyosik in the pit all alone. The rest of the team has control. Look at the ward line, man. Look at the enemy jungle. Look at FlyQuest's red buff and how many wards are around.
I mean, compare Ignar to the solo laners. It's level 8 on the Thresh. How are you even supposed to find anything incredibly difficult, being that outpaced? Even Santorin down 4 levels on Doran.
Okay, here we go. Death Sentence comes out from Ignar. Keria is the target, but he buys a ton of time with the shield. Turtle running away, TP coming through. FlyQuest falling back, and Solo continues chasing forward, looking for some sort of an opportunity onto Chovy, who goes into the stasis and gets himself out. Deadly Flourish and Ornn ulti coming through, but they won't quite be able to find a kill. DRX is low health on multiple players, but the same can be said for FlyQuest. Pioshik's able to make the play. There goes the sleep. There comes the Senna ulti. Power of Evil's the first one to fall, and here comes Keria right back into the fight, looking for the kill onto Ignar off to the left. He's able to find it. He's able to grab the kill onto Santorin, and Doran picks up another. FlyQuest is destroyed, and DRX will win this fight without a single death.
Nicely played there from DRX, and Chovy even on the hunt for Turtle.
Oh, he's found him. Behold the Turtle. He cannot do it. They are simply too far behind. The ace for DRX into the Baron. It is a 10,000.
With his Cleanse Flash, but there was no way out for the Azir, and he had to be the guy to carry the fight. So DRX knew it. They eliminated him from the game, and really they have eliminated all of FlyQuest's chances from this position. A 13,000 gold lead. DRX can easily close this one out.
Yeah, this Baron power play should just be the end of the game here, as DRX will be able to pick up the next Drake of the game. Total gold, you can see right there, 15,000 for Doran,
insane.
Almost triple what Ignar has. And one thing I want to point out with this gold graph on the screen, Keria's the second poorest person in the game because he's a support. It makes sense. But Keria, if you want to look up how to play support like a Chad, go watch that last team fight replay again. He jumps in there at the very end with his ulti, 1v2 into Santorin, who is a Graves, who you would think could just one-shot him, uses the E with the perfect timing to make sure he stays alive, and with 50 HP left, gets the auto attack on a Santorin to get the kill. Honestly, DRX playing these team fights so well. The Shock Blast, as you point out, say goodbye to half your HP if even one of those connects. DRX now with a pincer attack. 4 men in the mid lane, 1 in the bottom lane. The Jace is able to just dismantle the turret. He's nearly full build. He's 5.5 items. Ignar's got 400 health. Keria on the front line, looking for the potential engage there. Power of Evil stepping away from the Senna CC. And FlyQuest will lose their first inhibitor.
Yeah, the inhibitor's going to go down. No contest there. 14,000 gold lead for DRX. Enormous amounts of experience advantage. FlyQuest are just trying to hope for a miracle here. Hope that they can hold the line and continue to farm it out. Pray for that late game, but DRX are not going to give them the opportunity to do it. Closing down on another inhibitor. The top lane is already pushing, so they could go around the horn here and look to triple and hit FlyQuest, but here comes the engage.
Deft disengaging, trying to get himself out of this one. The curtain call's opened up and the railgun's fired off. Doran dominating with the kill onto Solo as Power of Evil tries to protect himself, but the Emperor's Divide will not keep the kingdom standing. DRX pushing right on to the Nexus turrets. Wild Turtle barely hobbling away as Chovy moves forward, and the winds of war will blow FlyQuest away. Keria is into the wrong fountain, but the man don't give a damn. Take a shower in it, it don't matter. DRX with an absolute destruction of FlyQuest will take their win.
This